Yep, we got another one that has absolutely no description and no nothing except for the name, so I don't even know who was tested on. But now we're going to test it with our own. Ladies and gents, this is the Calles. I have no idea. 3421. And he also mentions that it's a 5221. As you can see, you have three in the back, four as a defensive midfielder, wing back side, two attacking midfielders, and one advanced forward. Yeah, I mean, I guess I would go 3-4-2-1. Where's the 5-2-2-1? I guess five with the wing backs. But overall, I'd still say 3-4-2-1. You have a sweeper keeper in attack. In attack. You have a wide center back in support, a ball playing defender in cover, and then a central defender in defend. On the sides, you have a complete wingback in attack, a wingback on the right in attack, two DMs in support, two attacking midfielders in attack, and then one advanced forward, like I mentioned, in attack up front. This is a individual tactic, so nothing really based on attacking mentality. In possession, you have overlap on the left, play out of defense, slightly higher tempo, run at defense, and be more expressive. Also mixed crosses. In transition, you have counter press, counter, and take long kicks. And then out of possession, high press line of engagement, higher defensive line, trigger press more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and stop the crosses. Opposition instructions, nothing. So overall, how do these teams do? Well, as you can see, if we go to the league table, pretty much standard. Manchester United, sitting in 7th place, does have the Conference League, but usually, I mean, for the most part, all of these tactics that I've done, and I will be changing it up next time around. I got 3 new teams I'm going to be dealing with, but Manchester United usually are between like 5th and 8th or thereabouts. Brentford and Nottingham Forest usually one of us relegated. In this case, it is 20th place Nottingham Forest, absolutely dead last by a mile. 3 wins, 6 draws, 29 losses, and only 15 points. Brighton, a little bit better in 15th, 39 points, 10, 9, and 19. And like I said, Manchester United in 7th, 16, 11, and 11 with 59 points. So still a good distance away from Liverpool in 1st and Man City in 2nd. 11 points away from Champions League spots. They just didn't have it anywhere near. As we hit Manchester United's schedule, you can see that they had a fantastic run of it until a loss against Everton at home. And then followed that up a loss against West Ham, but crushing it against Dnipro in the Group D of the Europa Leagues, doing fairly well throughout that until you get to Feyenoord. Crystal Palace out in the EFL Cup 3rd round. How did they do? FA Cup, they went through. FA Cup 4th round. And then losing out to Wolves in the FA Cup 5th round. Feyenoord, though, Europa League's round of 16, winning out in penalties, continuing on, but to lose to Borussia Dortmund. So 2-1 at home, 1-3 loss away from home. Overall, I mean, a second half of the season that was fairly average compared to the first half that wasn't too bad. An awful November, though. So overall, I mean, 2 draws in February, 3 losses in March, and then a bad run to the end of the season. So not great. Definitely could have been better. Let's see how Brentford did. Definitely not better. We know that. So a nice start of the season with a 1-0 win against Wolves, but then pretty much, I mean, 1 win in the EFL Cup 2nd round against Luton Town, and then nothing until October against wins against Southampton, Bournemouth. Just fairly abysmal. The friendly season is the only season they had a good run in. They did win against the friendly cup final, so there is a trophy for them this season. However, second half of the season, 4 wins in a row, fantastic run in the FA Cup 3rd and 4th round as a sandwich. Unfortunately, a 0-5 to Liverpool, 5-0 over Southampton right after, but then nothing until April 15th. So a 6-2 thrashing of Bournemouth. But overall, just poor all in all. Losing out to Leicester in the extra time FA Cup 5th round, and the EFL Cup 4th round, losing out to Crystal Palace in penalties. So as we go to Nottingham Forest, their 3 wins came at the start of the season. You have the first one against Fulham, next against Bournemouth, EFL Cup 2nd round against Everton. That's pretty nice. And then Brentford, 1-0 win. EFL Cup 3rd round against Northampton, 3-2. 3rd round replay against Plymouth, Fourth round replay against Blackburn. Wow, look at all this. They do lose out to Leeds United in the FA Cup. EFL Cup, where do they lose? 0-3 to Newcastle. But my goodness, a single draw is the best they could do in the last 3 months. Well, and then if you include the fourth, I mean pretty much the entire second half is just abysmal. So Premier League stats-wise, Liverpool with 101 goals, Man City with 78, Manchester United with 72, Brentford with 55. So finding their way into 8th place in that, however, just not in the table. But then nothing. Fewest shots against, nothing. Most possession, nothing. Most tackles won, Nottingham Forest with 863. Putting in the defensive efforts, which is nice to see, but dead last with 15 points, not so much. Brentford at 844, but again, nothing. Most shots for Liverpool with 816, Brentford at 531, Manchester United 497, and most points per game. 7th place, Manchester United 155. Most goals, Erling Haaland with 43, Salah with 29, Ivan Toney with 24, so he did a fantastic job in the Premier League. Ronaldo with 23, most assists, Eriksen with 12, and then Keane Lewis-Potter with 10. Most player of the match awards, Ronaldo with 6, and then Ivan Toney with 5. And then just abysmal. I mean, everything is so abysmal here for these 3 teams. Most tackles won, Rico Henry for Brentford with 122 and Renan Lodi for Nottingham Forest with 90. Probably the only place that you'll see a Nottingham Forest player in this entire list. Darmsgaard for Brentford with 113 key passes, most shots. Tooney, Keane Lewis-Potter, and Ronaldo. And then back to the goals. Overall, ouch. Nottingham Forest, 14 goals, is the top goal scorer in all competitions. Highest average rating, 708 for Niakate, which is actually not too bad. Most assists, Morgan Gibbs-White with 6, and then most player of the match awards, 7 players with a single one apiece. That is insane. Brentford, 29 goals in all comps for Ivan Toney, 720 for Ivan Toney at highest average rating. Keane Lewis-Potter with 14 assists, and 5 player of the match awards for Ivan Toney. Much better than Nottingham Forest. But as we finish out with Ronaldo and the rest of the gang, Cristiano Ronaldo with 38 goals, 750 at highest average rating, 17 assists for Bruno Fernandes, and 8 player of the match awards for Ronaldo. There are definitely better tactics out there. Again, I wish tactic people creating tactics, putting them on the Steam Workshop would put anything, just some information. All we have is the name, sadly. But, here you go. It didn't really work for any team. Manchester United at 7th is just bang on average, if not a little bit less than what they usually get. So probably wouldn't look at this tactic much at all, unless you're going to, tweak the heck out of it and do your own touches to it. Then maybe you got a winner. I don't know. But anyway, that is it for me, Savvy FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.